we'll get started, guys. And we're going to start in child's pose tonight. If it's comfy, though, take your knees a little wider. And so if it's better, since it is the very start, do it this way. Because then there's no pain at all. Yeah, no pressure. If it is comfy, go a little bit wider than what you normally would. Not like super, super wide because it's just the first pose, but just rather than having knees super close together, if it's okay, go slightly wider. Yeah, and then put your head down. Yeah. So that'll be the same stretch, but on your back. Yeah. Yeah. And then reach the hands out in front. They can be, straight-ish. You can have a bit of a bend in the elbows. You can have palms facing up if that feels better. And even though you probably can't see much anyway, just close your eyes. Just have them nice and soft. Start to feel your hips sinking a little further back. And the chest just softly lowering more towards the ground. Focusing more and more on the breath. And starting to get out of the head. Maybe you've had a really busy day. Maybe you didn't get so much achieved today. None of that matters now. Just focusing your attention on the breath. Allowing yourself to become really present. This moment, right here. How the breath feels, how it moves through your body. How your body feels here on the mat. And in this stillness, give yourself time to connect. But rather than having the mind occupied on other things and the body just aimlessly moving around, feel that body-mind connection deepening with each breath. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Inside out through the mouth. Spread the fingers nice and wide. So you just come into tabletop. Hey Brendan, we got you a mat. And then from here we'll do a few cat-cow waves. So on your inhale, keep your knees wide. Just come into a cat pose. So arch all the way forward through the spine. And then on your exhale, sort of sink the belly, make that sort of C shape in your lower back, and glide the hips all the way back. You feeling all right? Sweet. And then just use your breath to keep moving through these two movements. So on the inhale, round or arch forward, so chin to chest, belly high. And then on the exhale, reverse it, stick the butt up nice and high. Let the belly rest, I guess, or lower. Yeah. Nice and steady. Each time you inhale, maybe push the fingers a little further into the mat, draw the shoulder blades a little further apart. And then every time you exhale, see if you can still keep the chest nice and open. The gaze is just steady and forward, feeling that release in the lower back. And keeping it nice and fluid, nice and slow. And the tension on your movements. So at each one of your fingers, supporting your weight evenly. Each one of your toes supporting you evenly. Feel your breath moving slow and deep. Fluid. You don't have to push further than what you're ready for. You don't have to go deeper each time. Just go slow. You're good, Britters? You're like, what? Sit in child's pose. Yeah, good. Then inhale, come forward, arch. So chin to chest, chin in. Yep. And then push through. I push my hand away. No, the other way. Yeah. And then on the exhale, the cow pose. So stick your butt up high. Yep. And back all the way. Release. Back sort of. Yeah. Good. One more, guys. Deep breath in. Roll all the way forward. And then exhale, glide the butt and hips all the way back into your child's pose. So take the knees even wider this time, if it feels okay. Yeah. So really stretching out through the inner thighs here, finding a little bit more space in the hips, but just letting the butt go back as far as feels comfy. See if you can deepen your breath even more. Maybe keep the arms active this time and feel the fingertips reach more forward so you feel that stretching sort of down the underneath of the arms, the underarms and the sides of the body. The face is just nice and soft. Deep breath in through the nose, side out through the mouth. Good, and then on the inhale, come all the way up into tabletop pose. All the way up, nice and slow. Just readjust yourself so the knees are under the hips or thereabouts, maybe a little bit wider. I don't know what this one's called, but I kind of call it like peeing dog or fire hydrant or something. So, yeah. Keep the legs in exactly the shape that they are, like that 90-degree angle. And all we're going to do is just bring the right knee out to the side. Yeah, yeah, peeing dog. Exactly what it looks like. And then when you exhale, you'll lower it down, but just hover it off the ground. Good, so the inhale lifts up. Try not to move the hips too much and try not to sort of take weight off of the right hand. You want to keep everything nice and stable. Yeah, and we're just moving that leg. So the inhale takes it up, peeing. Exhale, down, finish peeing. Good. Deep breath in as you rise it up. Good. They make it look so easy. Just take one more inhale. And then exhale, lower back down into your tabletop. Give the hips a little sway from side to side. Just wiggle that out. And then come to the other side. So go nice and slow again. It doesn't matter how high it comes up and it doesn't matter how fast you get it up there. We don't want to get like a cramp or something in the side of the hip or cause any tension. So it's just nice and slow to see how mobile the hips are. Yeah, Britters, that was a good one. You got this one nailed. So stay nice and strong through the fingertips and keep nice and stable through the spine so the core muscles are in and engaged. And the breath, the most important thing. So inhale when you rise up and then exhale to draw it back in and hover. Yeah, good. Just one more, guys. And exhale to lower down. Give the hips another little sway. Good, just to loosen out the outside. Awesome. Then bring the hands a little bit more forward, shoulder distance apart, and it's probably less wide than you think it is. I think we always go a little bit wider with our hands, so just bring them in a little bit closer. Be a little bit more comfy and more better support, I guess, for the shoulders into plank pose. So then just tuck the toes. Yeah, nice one. So lift up higher on your tippy toes and push your heels even further back. And then reach the crown of the head even more further forward. Yes, good. So it's like you're trying to maybe push yourself off of the mat or away from the mat. Draw the belly button in. Yes. Lift the knees a little bit, I guess. And if anything, maybe drop the hips slightly. Goodness. Gonna have a little meeting up there. Deep breath in. And then on the exhale, lift the butt, lift the hips, all the way up into downward dog. Try and resist moving things. And you'll probably want to step your feet in, but we're going to come back to plank pose. So just keep your longer downward dog. Yeah? So like we did the cat-cow waves on our hands and knees, we're going to do it here from like a plank to downward dog. So on the inhale, chin to chest, round as you come forward back into plank pose. Good. And then on the exhale, lead with the butt and hips all the way back up into downward facing dog. Yeah, so just 2 movements, following the breath, inhale, round forward. Good, see if you can get a little bit more space in the vertebrae. And then on the exhale, lift the butt and hips and glide all the way back up. Yeah, kind of like your spine's a wave rolling forward. Good. flowing with the upper back, I guess, leading. And then exhale, the butt and hips press all the way up. So just one more like that. Inhale, round forward. When you come into your plank, keeping the body active. Good. And then the last one, exhale, lift the butt, lift the hips all the way back up. Yeah. Deep breath in. And exhale. Good. Any little movements that feel nice. If it feels good to pedal your feet out. If it feels good to, bend one knee, bend the other. Lift one heel, lift the other. Lift both heels, bend both knees. Whatever feels good. Just keep your butt and hips nice and high. And keep the breath flowing. Any adjustments with your feet if you want to walk it in a little bit, maybe it feels more comfy. Just try and resist walking in too far. Good, guys. Awesome. Did he bite you, Hannah? Damn it. Was it one of the big ones or a little one? Oh, good. All right, so from here, maybe bring your feet a little closer together because we're coming to three-legged dog. I just find it a little bit more balancing if the feet are closer. And inhale, lift your right leg up. Did one get you too, Sue?
No.
Oh, good. All right, so from here, we're going to open our hips. So bend the right knee and then open the hip up. So you want to bring your right heel as close as you can to your right bum. Yeah, good. And then notice where the weight is in on your hand. So if all the weights come to your left hand, just see if you can even that out. So both hands are nice and evenly placed for weight. Yeah. And then bring the heel a little closer towards your bum. Lift your knee just a little bit higher. Deep breath in. Good. On the exhale, take a big step forward outside of the right hand. Big, giant step forward. Yes. Good one. And then settle the hips down a little bit. So you want your right toes facing forward and the right arm or elbow, I guess, nice and close towards that leg, so it's there for support. Your arm will press into the leg will press into the arm, yeah? And then with the back foot, the left foot, come up a little higher onto the tippy toes and then push the heel a little further back. Good. Taking a twist here, the right hand, inhale all the way up. Try not to let the right knee fall out to the side and keep it nice and active as you draw the thighs towards your midline, so towards the center of the mat, I guess. Get a little bit more activation. Reach a little higher with the right hand. Put a little less weight on the left. Deep breath in. And then exhale, lower down. Bring the right hand outside of the right foot into pigeon pose. You just start to wiggle the right foot more towards the left and back. So left and back. And then it will come onto like a 45-ish degree angle, I guess. So rather than straight, yeah. And then settle your hips down. Butt does not have to touch, or heel, or thighs don't have to touch, yeah? We're going to do like a pigeon wave, I guess it is, not a sleeping pigeon pose. So bring the hands out in front, but a little bit, oh, he's going to get me too. A little bit wider, yeah? And so it's kind of like the same movement with the spine, but having our hands a little wider. So on the inhale, we'll lift the chest up and straighten the arms, yeah? And then on the exhale, we'll sort of dive forward and round, yeah? Inhale, lifting up. Good. And then exhale, lower and round. Good. So it really doesn't matter how you move, just so long as the spine is moving gently. Yeah, and we're finding a little bit more space each time. Good, guys. Take one more like that as you inhale and lift up. Keep the legs just as active as they need to be. And then exhale all the way back down. And bring the hands out in front, plant the palms. Coming back into three-legged dog, but we'll come to a plank first. So tuck your left toes and then just lift up. I just lift everything off of the mat exactly the way that it is. Yeah. Then on the exhale, all the way back and up, three-legged dog. Open the right hip up. Make any little movements that feel good. So if it feels nice to sort of roll your ankle or straighten the leg out a little bit, anything that feels good here is fine. Awesome. Deep breath in. And then on the exhale, take a big step forward in between the hands. Yeah, high on the back tippy toes, high lunge, inhale, arms come all the way up. And exhale, hands come all the way down. Good. Inhale, step back into plank pose. And then exhale, lift the bum, lift the hips all the way up. Downward facing dog. Yeah. Bring the hands I think Sue Murray Britters. Hands a little closer towards each other, not closer towards your feet. Yeah. So their shoulder distance probably about, yeah, a little bit like, yeah, that's good. Awesome. Butt nice and lifted. Feet a little bit closer together, so then we can come into three-legged dog on the other side. So on the inhale, lift the left leg. Yeah. And then on the exhale, bend your left knee and open the hips up. So it's like you want to open your body up to this side and bring your heel closer and closer towards your bum. Keep even weight in the hands though. So if all of the weight comes into your right hand, just press a little bit more evenly through the left. Yes, good guys. Keep the chest pressing back towards your side. Stay with your breath. Deep breath in. And then exhale, big step forward outside of the left hand. Big step forward. Different side of the body, yeah? So adjust what you need to. Make sure the left toes are facing forward and your left arm is pressing into the left leg into the left arm for support. Come up a little higher on the right tippy toes, yeah. And then press the right heel further back so that that leg stays nice and energized and nice and active. Good. And then we take the twist. So reach the left hand up, inhale. Nice one. See if you can keep everything still nice and even. So if all of the weight is in your right hand, the right leg is probably doing nothing. Do you see that? Going for me. Okay, there's not magpies here. And then squeeze your thighs towards each other. Yes, so that will help you become a little bit more buoyant. Good. One more inhale. And then exhale, lower left hand down outside of the left hand. Start to wiggle your toes more towards the left and back. So coming into pigeon, left and back. Yeah. Different side, you might come a little lower, you might step a little higher. Doesn't matter how far you're getting onto the ground, that's totally irrelevant. Then bring your hands out a little wider, up onto the fingertips, yes. And then the spinal movements, good. So take a deep breath in, open the chest. And then exhale, lower, round through the spine. Good guys, inhale and rise up. And exhale, fold down. Keep both legs just as active as they need to be so there's support there, yeah? So you're not just dumping into the legs. Everything is working evenly. Everything is just as active as it needs to be. Perfect. Good, just take one more deep breath in as you rise up, opening the chest. And last exhale as you slowly lower down. Awesome. Bring the hands out in front, plant the palms. Good, so setting up for plank, tuck your back toes, and then just lift all of that off of the ground. So like pigeon plank maybe? Yeah. Good, then on the exhale, all the way back into three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, heel comes towards the butt. Yes, you can flex or point your toes, it doesn't matter, or make circles with your ankle, whatever feels good. But keep that foot active and the knee lifting. Your chest pressing a little bit further back towards your thighs and the butt nice and high. Great guys, deep breath in. And then exhale, big step forward in between your hands. Good, inhale, high lunge. Reach the hands all the way up. Steady gaze forward, or if you want to look up, totally fine. And then exhale, hands come all the way back down. Good, inhale, step into plank pose. And exhale, lift the butt, lift the hips all the way up, downward dog. Good, super high tippy toes, inhale, but keep your chest pressing back. Keep strong through the hands. And then one foot at a time, walk all the way forward, top of the mat, until you're in a forward fold. Amanda, just be careful this one with your back, yeah? If it feels any strain or anything on anyone's lower back, just bring your elbows to your thighs. And then everyone bend your knees just a little bit. So much nicer for the hamstrings, so much nicer for the lower back. If it feels good to make any movements, like pedaling the feet, sort of like bending one knee deeply and then straightening one, go for it. If it feels better to sort of make little swaying movements from side to side, make little swaying movements. But just make sure the head is nice and relaxed. So tuck the chin a little more. Yeah. And feel that length down the back of the neck. Good. And if that's not enough to think about, draw the shoulders away from the ears if you can add another thing into that. So the earlobes and the top of the shoulders are trying to work away from each other so that there's space in the neck. That might just free up, some space in the shoulders. Give us a little bit more room. Separate the feet just a little bit, probably hip distance, I suppose. And then bend the knees a ton so your gaze is forward and your butt's nice and low. Then from here, inhale all the way up to standing. Nice strong legs. Gaze might come up as the fingertips touch. And exhale, hands into the center. Who's going to miss those trees? Maybe. Finger get caught in there. Reach the hands all the way up. Inhale, cross the thumbs over. Squeeze the upper arms to the ears. Exhale, side bend towards the right. Press the hips a little bit to the left, but just notice what happens to the feet. And if you lose the evenness of weight, just see if you can balance that out a bit. Inhale, come up. And then exhale all the way over to the other side. Keep the chest nice and open and lifted. Inhale to center and exhale to forward fold. Take the bend back in the knees, much nicer for the lower back. Use your whole breath to come down. Halfway lift here, inhale. Hands are either on the mat or on your own legs, so you can use that as leverage then to get a little bit more length through the spine. Gaze is towards the top of the mat. Deep breath in. And then exhale to lower down. Plant the palms, big step back with the right leg. High on the right tippy toes. Good. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Aeroplane arms. So all we're doing is leaning the body weight forward. Strong arms, reach back. It's like you're going to touch your palms together behind you, but without sort of collapsing into your front thigh. So lift the belly off of the front thigh. Yeah. And then lean more forward, reach more back. Good, guys. Inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands come down either side. We step back into plank and we go through our vinyasa. So you can either drop to the knees or not, but we're lowering all the way down. So either half chaturanga or full squeeze elbows in. Yes. Cobra or upward dog. So either your body's on the ground or just the tops of the feet and the palms. Yeah. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Tuck your toes. Inhale for plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice one. Fingers are spread so that there's even weight in the hands rather than just all isolated to the wrists. Bring the big toes to touch and then inhale, lift the heels super high. On the exhale, bend the knees. Good. So you're like a little spring. Look forward. Then you can choose step or jump or hop or float, hover, whatever you like. Make your way top of the mat. Yeah. A bit harder if the mat moves. Bend the knees so the butt's low and the chest is lifted. Inhale all the way back up. Good. Opening the chest as you come to the top. And exhale, hands into the center. Good, guys. Inhale, reach the hands high. This one might do it. Sideways bells and things. Exhale, side bend to the right. Even weight in the feet, length through both sides of the body. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite side. Oh, it's pretty though, that noise. Inhale to center. And then exhale to fold slow. Use your whole breath. Come all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Plant the palms. Big step back with the left leg. Stay high on the tippy toes. Use your core strength to lift you all the way up into high lunge. Yeah, steady gaze forward, and then on the exhale, aeroplane arms. Lean the body forward. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze arms together. Yes, and then roll the shoulders down and back. So we open through the front, yeah, and activate through the back. Draw the belly and see if you can lengthen just a little bit more. Inhale all the way back up. And exhale, hands come down. Step back into plank, inhale. Exhale, taking the vinyasa either on the knees or not. Lower halfway down into your chaturanga. Good, cobra or upward facing dog, whichever one feels best for the back. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Yes. Inhale, plank. And exhale, lift the bum, lift the hips. All the way back down with facing dog. Yeah. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Strong through the fingertips as you lift your heels super, super, super high. But keep your chest pressing back. Yes. And the butt lifting up. Good. Exhale, bend your knees so you're like a little spring. Look forward, your choice. However you want to get to the top. Yeah, mum. Little springs. And then forward fold once you arrive. Make sure your feet are parallel towards each other rather than like ducky feet. Yes. And then bend the knees a ton. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands into the center. Good. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Damn it. I got it. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale and fold. Plant the palms. So the right leg again, big step back with the right leg. Perfect. high lunge. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Awesome. Good. On the exhale, aeroplane arms again. Just one breath as you lean forward. Good. Inhale, back up into high lunge. Good. Here we come into eagle arms. So bring the hands wide. Cross the right over the left. Yeah. Or if you're going to do it the other way, just remember. And then either hold on to opposite shoulders. That might be plenty. Or you can continue to ravel your arms around until maybe both the thumbs are looking back at you or something like that. And some people have really big arms, lots of muscles, so maybe this is not. Maybe your palms touch, maybe they don't. It's irrelevant, yeah? We're all going to feel the stretch. Okay. Sink a little bit more into the front knee and lift the back knee a little bit higher. Perfect. Lift your elbows just a little bit more. Deep breath in. And then on the exhale, lean forward. Keep weight in the back leg, yeah? So both legs are even. Yes, just the front of the body is leaning forward. Good, guys. All the way back up to high lunge. Inhale, unravel the arms, reach high. And exhale, hands come down, either side of the front foot. Back into plank, inhale. Good, and then exhale through your vinyasa. So slow, half chaturanga or full. Good, inhale for cobra or upward dog. Shoulders away from the ears, gaze is forward. Exhale to lower all the way back down. There's another little sneaky push up in there. Inhale for plank. And then exhale, lift the butt, lift the hips. Ooh, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good. Bring the big toes together to touch. Nice. Inhale, lift the heels super, super high. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step or jump, hop or float, whatever you like. Come to the top. And then exhale to fold. Let the head be nice and heavy. Bend the knees a ton. All the way up to standing. Inhale, super strong through the legs, opening the chest. But maybe a little back bend at the top. And then exhale into the center. Good, guys. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. Nice and slow. No rush to get down. Use your whole breath. But halfway lift. Inhale, one breath. Exhale and fold. Plant the palms. Big step back with the left leg. Yes. Awesome. And then inhale, sweep the hands up into high lunge. Shoulders are down, arms are strong. On the exhale, lean the body forward. Aeroplane arms down by the sides. And then squeeze, 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 squeeze. Palms are so close to touching. Shoulders away from the ears and lift the chest just a little bit. Yes. Inhale, all the way back up, high lunge. And then exhale, left arm, cross us over right arm for eagle arms again. So cross them over, different side. Maybe hold on to shoulders. Maybe you continue to ravel the arms around. Yes. And stay strong through the back leg. And keep pushing back. Yes. Pushing through it. Yeah. Deep breath in. And then lean the body weight forward. But keep that pressure. Yes. Rather than put all the weight in the front leg, you want to spread it out nice and evenly. And then use your breath. That's the most important thing. That will help you to hold the pose. And that will help to keep our energy sort of flowing freely rather than fatiguing. Awesome, guys. Inhale, lift all the way back up into high lunge. Unravel the arms. Yeah. And then exhale, hands come down either side of the front foot. Good. On your inhale, step back into plank pose. Nice. Then flow through your vinyasa. So slowly, either knees down or not. Squeeze, 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 squeeze the elbows in. Good. Cobra or upward facing dog, you choose. But just make sure you're not compressing the neck. We want length. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, lift back up into plank. And then exhale, lift the butt, lift hips. Bring the big toes together. It's just easier when if you're going to jump forward if toes are touching, yeah, rather than having the legs sort of flailing separately. Lift the heels super high. Exhale, bend the knees and look forward. Yeah. Then you can choose if you want to step or jump, hop or float, whatever you like. Come to the top. And then exhale, fold, head nice and heavy. Bend the knees a ton. Inhale, all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands into the center of the chest. And let them just pause here for a moment. Elbows are soft, shoulders are soft, and then close the eyes. Feel the shoulders dropping. Feel your feet and the weight even. Even if you have a little sway from side to side, just so you can feel when there's more weight on the left and more weight on the right. And then you can choose where the center is. So if you want to put more weight on the right, that's totally fine. But I just want you to be conscious of your choices rather than standing there without any consideration to where the weight is in your feet, which one is more dominant than the other. Just start to tune in. And then once we're aware of which foot is more dominant, or if we're a little bit more heavier to the right or to the left, maybe we can start to bring that awareness up the body. We notice maybe if one of our hips is a little higher than the other, and we can soften. Here, maybe when you squeeze your butt muscles together, one might be a little tighter than the other. And just continue this awareness traveling up, being aware of your body and how you move it. There's no right or wrong way to move. But we just need to be connected, choosing what is best for us. Not what's best for the person next to us, or not what was best for us last week, but what is best for us in this moment. Take a deep breath in. Side out. Allow the eyes to open. Inhale, reach high. Maybe arch back if that feels good for you, but keep the belly in. And then exhale, dive forward slowly. Use your whole breath. Then halfway lift, inhale. Exhale and fold. Plant the palms. Big step back again with the right leg. Nice. Squeeze the inner thighs together and then push the left foot in to lift you up rather than use your hands to sort of bounce off of the ground. Yeah, use your legs to rise you up. Inhale, high lunge. Good. Exhale, aeroplane, lean forward. Good. Squeeze the arms together, even weight in the legs. Perfect. Inhale all the way up, high lunge. Exhale, eagle arms. So cross the right over the left. Yeah. And then maybe they ravel, maybe you hold on. It's irrelevant where they go. Good. Inhale to lift the elbows a little. Exhale to lean forward into your pose. Yeah. Even weight through both of the legs. Yes. Good, guys. Inhale, lift back up. And then on the exhale, we're coming to aeroplane. Eagle, warrior three. What are we doing? I don't know. Lean forward, 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 forward until your right toes come off of the ground. Find something that's directly in front of you, like a little bit more forward, yeah, and sort of gaze at that softly. Then lift your right leg just a little bit more till it feels good. And lean a little bit further down until it feels good. Squeeze the thighs together. If you wobble, if you waver, totally fine. See if you can lengthen out, but more importantly, see if you can breathe more. Just breathe. Good, warrior threes, awesome. Deep breath in. And then on the exhale, we're coming all the way back the way we came in. So slowly, slowly, slowly bend into the left leg with as much control as you can. Lower the right leg down. Yeah. Unravel the arms. Inhale, high lunge. And then exhale, hands come down either side of the front foot. Good. Step back into plank. Good. Going through Vinyasa or not through. So I didn't give you the option all the other times to skip it. If you don't want to do it, cobra or upward dog, go straight to downward facing dog. You can skip the push-up if you want to, that little extra one that we've been adding in. It's your practice, guys, so you choose. Keep the fingers nice and spread. Yeah, even more. And then press through like the thumb and the pointer finger. Yeah, and really anchor down through there. Just take the pressure off the wrist a little bit. Keep the butt nice and lifted. Chest pressing back. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, lift the heels super, super, super high. On the exhale, bend the knees so you're a little spring. Look forward. And then step or jump. Come to the top. Yeah. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Bend the knees a ton. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. The mats move so much on the grass, don't they? It's like this isn't where I started. And exhale, center of the chest. Oh. It's obstacle yoga. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, hinge from the hips and forward fold. Come all the way back down. Perfect, guys. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Good. Plant the palms. Big step back with the left leg. Yeah, and then inhale, lift the hands up, high lunge. And on the exhale, lean the body weight forward, aeroplane. Draw the belly in, just use your breath to move. Inhale, all the way back up, high lunge. Exhale, eagle arms, left over right. Yeah, maybe the arms ravel, maybe you hold on to the shoulders, doesn't matter. Lift the elbows a little bit, and then exhale, lean forward, but keep both legs nice and active. Yeah, inhale, come all the way back up. And then on the exhale, start to lean forward, coming into your warrior three pose. Just nice and gently. If your foot is like a millimetre off the ground, it doesn't care. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter, yeah? If it continues to touch the ground, that's totally fine. We're on squishy mats. We're on grass. Don't be too hard on yourself if you're wobbly. Just breathe. See where you can lengthen and see where you can soften. So maybe that's through the shoulders and maybe that's through the face. Draw the belly in, inhale. And then exhale slowly, the way you came in. Start to reverse with control, with the mat crimpling up. Inhale, reach the hands high, high lunge. Exhale, hands come down either side. Good. Inhale, step back into plank. You choose Vinyasa or not to Vinyasa. If you are, you're slow. You're using control and breath. If you're not, if your breath is kind of like, and you find yourself dumping into the poses, then skip it. Doesn't matter. You pick and choose what's best for you. Take a deep breath in, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, jump, hop or float, hover, whatever you like. Yeah. Come to the top. Forward fold, let the head be heavy. Oh. Bend the knees a ton. Inhale all the way up to standing. And then exhale, hands into the center of the chest. Yeah. Whew, good, guys. All right, eagle pose. So from here, just separate the feet a little bit, I guess. Yeah, spread the toes nice and wide. Good. And then inhale, reach the hands high. And on the exhale, hands come sideways, right arm over left. Yeah, and then ravel just until it feels good. Good. So your hands are probably going to be in the way if they're in front of your face or something. Have a little peek. So what we're looking at, our focus point, we're not actually seeing it anyway. So kind of almost look through your arms, if that makes sense. Like that will keep your gaze and your neck sort of stable and hopefully, you know, keep us a little bit balanced. So bring the weight into the left leg a little bit. And then just using your breath, the right leg will lift up. Flex the toes. I find this helps with lifting the energy up. Good. And then cross the right leg over the left and just start to sit down into your pose. Could be super wobbly. If your right foot goes behind the back of your left calf, awesome. If it doesn't, awesome. The knees face forward. Hips are nice and square, and then maybe sink down just a little bit more. Doesn't matter how many times you come out, doesn't matter how wobbly you are. Stay with your breath and just see how it feels. You're balancing, you're binded, you're squeezing things. See if you can remain calm, see if you can keep that slow, deep breath. Good, guys, slowly rise out of it. I don't know, but I like to come out, it's like a pro menace, like inhale, like, oh, is it Karate Kid or something? And then exhale down and just roll that ankle out. Yeah. And then the other side, the mind automatically will be like, oh, I know what's happening, but just see if you can clean slate, because if we go into it with like, I was so unbalanced, or this is hard, well then you're right. You're going to be unbalanced and it's going to be hard. And it's going to be the same result over and over and over again because we've already made up in our head what it's going to be. So if we just go into it with a clean slate, who knows what could happen, yeah? Maybe you'll be more balanced. Maybe you'll be less balanced. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Maybe you'll be more balanced. So reach the hands all the way up. And then exhale, left arm over right. Good. So feel that opening through the back of the shoulders first and then just start to ravel the arms together until it feels good. So again, gazing forward. Maybe you're peeking like a little bit either side of the arms, but see if you can sort of just gaze straight ahead. So maybe the right eye's on the right side and the left eye's on the left side. Maybe that's more what it is. And bring weight into the right foot. start to lift the left knee, flex the toes up so the energy's coming upwards, and then sit down. Cross the left thigh over the right. Maybe the foot ravels this time, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're not concerned this time about where it's going. And squeeze the thighs together as maybe you sit a little lower. Maybe you breathe a little deeper, a little more controlled. See if you can lift the chest and drop the shoulders. Yeah, Eagles. Awesome. And then slowly unravel the way we came in. We'll come out. Reach the hands all the way up. Keep the left knee into the chest. And then exhale, lower down. Roll that ankle out. Yeah. And then take the feet a little bit wider. Toes are out, heels are in. We're coming to butterfly one if you want to skip the little window squat. So see how your knee goes. Yep. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale all the way down. You might need to adjust your feet. Maybe not. Have a little rock from side to side to find a little bit of space. And then drop the butt nice and low. Yeah? So rather trying to hold it up and lean your body weight forward, tuck your butt under and let it sort of relax down. And then lift your chest up. Use your elbows just enough to open through the hips. Yes. And then continue that, butt tucking under, chest lifting up. See if you can make more space. Ears to shoulders. Deep breath in. And exhale. All the way down into our butterfly. Little pulses with the knees just to open up. Yeah. Good. And then we'll do the shoelace legs just to finish off. So cross your right leg over your left. Right leg over left. Now, if that doesn't feel amazing for the bottom leg, just straighten the left leg out, yeah? And it seems to give us just a little bit more space. You can have your heels close to your hips, or if it feels good for you, you might have your shins out parallel towards the front. We have different shaped hips, right? We do, right? Yeah? Do we? Shelly and Chloe? Different shaped everything. So this is not more advanced than this, and this is not more advanced than this. Like, there's no more advanced poses because we're so different. So you go to where you feel it, and you'll probably feel it here in like the outsidey part of the hips. And then we're just going to do those sort of spinal movements again. So bring the hands somewhere out in front. Yeah. And then on the inhale, the chest will come forward. Ooh. And that's where you'll probably feel it like in the hips there. And then on the exhale, just round the spine, chin to chest. So just like a cat-cow, but we have shoelace legs, I guess they're called. So on the inhale, slowly reach the chest forward, but stick the butt down. Yeah. And then on the exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. Maybe one more like that. Inhale. A little more space, a little more length. And exhale, rounding, chin to chest. Belly button draws in. And on the inhale, lift back up. Bring the hands behind so we can lean back just across over. And then choose a different side. So it might feel better to have both heels in close. You make your own mind up where you want your legs to go, wherever feels good for you. Butt's nice and even on the ground. Hands are forward. And then those little movements again. So inhale, chest will come forward. Shoulders will drop down. Yeah, exhale, rounding, chin to chest. And draw the belly button in. So just use your breath. Inhale. See where you can create a little bit more space. There's no rush. And then on the exhale, see if you can draw your shoulder blades just a little bit further apart by reaching the hands a little more forward and tucking the chin in. And just go slow. Maybe you want to close your eyes. Really bring your attention inwards. See how it feels. And if your hips feel tight, awesome. I feel that. And just one more deep breath in. And exhale it out. And keep the legs as they are this time. Bring the hands behind you. We're just going to roll all the way back and bring the knees into the chest. So you can hold on to your opposite feet if that feels nice, either on the pinky edge or on the top of the feet. It doesn't really matter. No weight though, or no force, sorry. Like just the weight of your arms is going to be plenty to draw the hips in or draw the knees in. Yeah. Just so we can sort of settle, allow the hips to be nice and even on the ground. And then take the arms out wide to the sides. Whether they want to be straight out or whether you want to have the elbows bent really doesn't matter. But we're going to twist to both sides. So drop both of the knees over to the right side first. So all the way over to the right. Take your gaze towards the left if that feels okay. And keep the eyes closed if that feels better. If this doesn't feel good, and if it feels uncomfortable, stay, please, just for a few breaths. But if for whatever reason it doesn't sit right with you, and you'll know it, you'll be like, oh, something's off, something's not quite right. Please don't question that. Just adjust. And use your inhale, come back to center. Keep the legs exactly as they are and let them fall over to the left. And then take your gaze towards the right. And you can notice differences, that's totally fine. But just see if you can resist judging or comparing. Just see if you can feel whatever it is on this side without labeling it, without trying to change it. Just let yourself feel it. Nice. Use your inhale, come back to center. And then just ravel the legs the other way. So unravel them and then cross the opposite one over. Yeah, perfect. So to the left side first, drop both of the knees over to the left. Let your head down, Murray. Yeah. Shoulders are soft. Doesn't matter if they've come off of the ground a little bit, but they're just soft. So if it doesn't feel great across like your chest, doesn't feel great for your shoulder, you can just bend your arm however you like until it does feel good. No force in the legs. Just breathe. And let your breath be slow. Maybe even slower and slower. More awareness and more focus on how the breath travels into your body. How you fill up and expand. And more focus and awareness as you breathe out and notice where that exhale is coming from. And how you stay with it until there is no air left in you. You're completely empty. Use your inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, let the legs fall all the way over to the other side. Keep the head down on the ground, relax. Doesn't feel good to look towards the left, you won't. Noticing the difference is fine. Try not to attach to it though. And just stay 100% in this moment. In whatever breath you're on. Following it. Each breath filling up maybe just a little bit more. Every exhale emptying just a little bit more. Use your inhale, slowly come back to center, unravel the legs, hug both of them in towards the chest. Give yourself one last little squeeze, one last little hug in. Maybe a rock and roll from side to side or make circles with the knees. Sometimes can be really nice just to loosen out the lower back. Circles with the ankles if that feels good. Maybe rock your head from side to side. Whatever little movements that feel nice for you. Don't really overthink it, just allow yourself to move. That way we can massage out and wriggle anything out that needs to be wriggled out before we come to Shavasana. So draw your knees into your chest and then hug on. And lift your head up, bring it towards your knees, maybe even in between your knees. And squeeze everything in nice and tightly as you hug your knees even more and more and more and curl up even more. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale slowly, slowly, gently, all the way down into your Shavasana. Let your body go down slow though. And place your body on the mat really mindfully. there's anything else that needs to be moved or wriggled or adjusted, please do it in the first few moments of your Shavasana. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. And then let your breath completely return to its natural rhythm and pace. Let yourself completely drop in. This roller that is 100% yours. Slowly, gradually start to deepen your breath. And when you breathe in, expand. Absolutely everything. And when you breathe out, willing and able to let go of that breath, holding on to nothing, letting yourself be spacious and open to the next inhale. It fills you completely. Feeling how effortless it is to breathe slow and deep. How cleansing each exhale breath is. How nourishing every inhale is. starting to make little movements with fingers and toes, feeling this reawakening in the body. Reaching the arms all the way overhead. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen out. And then exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Rolling over onto whichever side feels best for you. And if you can, keep the eyes closed. Stay with those feelings that are circulating within you. Feelings of spaciousness, openness. Feeling revitalized, refreshed and restored. Then as you're ready, use your hands to gently press yourself up. Sit anywhere that's comfy. And just move the body gently. Bring the palms together at the center of your chest. And just bow the head slightly towards the heart as you lengthen through the spine. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, side out through the mouth, and leaving here tonight knowing that there's a place inside each and every one of us in which the entire universe resides. And in this place there is light and love, compassion, joy, peace and trust. And when you are present in that place in you, and when I am present in that place in me, and we are all connected, and we are one. Namaste. Thanks, guys.